So Hayden Deegan has a huge challenge this weekend. That leg is no joke. He's gonna have to fight through some pain. Looks like Cooper Webb, he's had enough of this outdoor stuff and he's going away. And yeah, I'm sure he has a knee injury, but I'll explain a little bit more about his situation. Chase Sexton's back from vacation. Is he gonna win? Is he gonna push Jett to that level that nobody else has been able to push him? We thought Eli could, but if anyone can stop straight up Jett Lawrence, it's Sexton. I am sure Hayden Deegan will be using some Nano-Extreme on that leg, but listen, this stuff's good, but it is not going to fix that kind of damage. It will definitely help, and it'll help get him through the day. When you have leg injury that bad, you need a little bit more than Nano-Extreme. But if you have some aches and pains, I'm telling you, Nano-Extreme is so good. By far the best pain solution I've ever used. Head over to Nano-Extreme, use code COOKSY and get free shipping. With all these hot races, man, it can be dangerous. The heat is not something to mess with. We have lost riders, we've lost athletes with heat stroke. Please do yourself a favor if you're competing in an event that is really hot, Loretta's or wherever you're going. Do the 30-minute consultation with Coach Rob, and he'll tell you how to prepare and what to watch for, and he'll keep you safe on that hot day. And my buddy AJ writes crypto. So I've been skeptical about the whole crypto thing. When I first jumped in, I had no clue what I was doing. I lost a lot of money. When I say a lot of money, I lost like $5,000. But that was enough for me to bow out. But I've talked to AJ, watched his channel, having him advise me. I'm doing a lot better and it's really awesome. So you might want to check out AJ Writes Crypto. Follow him on his platforms, win some merch, $1,500 in crypto, or a new Tesla. And if you don't like Teslas, he'll give you $42,000 in cold hard cash. He's partnered with VeChain and they got some good stuff going on.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So Hayden Deegan's posting videos of him doing treatment on that leg, and woo, that thing looks nasty. I'm guessing with all the treatment they're doing, they know it's probably not a cracked femur, and this is soft tissue damage. They've got him look like in a hyperbaric chamber. They got some electrodes plugged into him. They got the cold therapy. I'm sure they're using Nano-Extreme. And probably some therapies I've never even heard of. That is one thing about Brian Deegan is he's been through a lot of injuries. He understands different ways to heal faster, better, and manage some situations like this. And then it's going to take straight up grit. And that's something that Hayden Deegan has. Looking at his leg and then imagining how he was when he picked his bike up in that first moto, most riders would have said, you know what, that's enough, I'm out, I can't do this. You can say whatever you want about Hayden Deegan, but don't you dare say he's not tough as nails. He fought through, got as many points as he could considering the injury he's dealing with. I mean, he got second in the second moto. Dang. But this weekend in Millville is going to be tough. I'm imagining he's not doing a lot of riding, so he's going to be off the bike all week. He's been doing treatment and just taking care of that leg, so he might not have that intensity that he normally has. But I'll tell you what, when he hits those sand whoops in third or fourth gear wide open, that is not going to feel like that leg is going to hurt. And it's more than just the pain. Hayden Deegan can block out the pain, but it's the weakness. When your muscle looks like that, it is not as strong as it normally is, and that causes the other leg to compensate. It messes with his balance. Balance is one of the things that has made Hayden Deegan so good. He gets away with stuff that most riders would crash doing because he has this amazing balance. And with a leg that looks like that, that weapon will be neutralized and he's going to have to salvage. He's got to make it through Millville and score. I mean, if he's inside the top 10, he's fine. I expect him to probably be around 5th place, but he's got to make sure he doesn't hit that leg again and re-injure it, because I'm sure it did a considerable amount of healing this week with that soft tissue, but one slam, one handlebar to that bruise, and he's right back where he was last weekend. But if he can salvage a top 10, a top 5, and get another week of healing, yeah, he's really good at Washougal. He'll probably win Washougal. Then he gets 2 weeks off, and the injury, this leg, won't even be an issue. Now, Joe Shimoda has this momentum and confidence, and this dude does good in hot, nasty conditions. He's tough. He is so tough. And that's weird to say about a guy that just has this sweet personality off the track, saving people from getting stuck in an airline bathroom. Just a genuinely sweet guy, but he is an assassin the last 5 minutes of the motos. He's good. But last year, Levi Kitchen was tough at Millville. He rode so good. He got 1-1 in dominating fashion. He really rode the wheels off that bike. He likes this track, and he looked like he was going to win Redbud. He was coming for Joe Shimoda in that second moto until he blew that outside burn and then spun out and then turned that mistake into a couple others. And that stings, but he knows this is his opportunity. He went 1-1 here last year. He expects to do that again. So I look for him and Joe to be battling for the win. And I could see them easily going 1-2, 2-1 with Joe taking the second moto when it gets hot and nasty, just because he does have better cardio, better endurance than some of these other guys. And I don't know what it is. They were talking about genetics and the heat. And my daughter just visited Japan and she's like, it's so hot and humid. And that would make sense, that why he's able to deal with this hot, humid conditions, because he grew up in that in Japan. Joe's 38 points down, and if he wants any shot at winning this championship, he has to make another handful of points this weekend and really put the pressure on Hayden Deegan. The problem with that is Hayden does better when there's pressure. The more pressure you put on him, the better he performs. When I worry about Hayden Deegan, and when there is no pressure, when he starts racing against the hypothetical Jett, that's when he makes mistakes. When he has a specific job at task, man, he's hard to beat. But if he can leave Millville within 20 points of Hayden Deegan, we are looking at a serious showdown for these final rounds. Joe Shimoda is also really fast at Unadilla. And the rumor has it that at Ironman, we're going to see a lot of the GP guys. A lot of these GP guys are racing this track. One, they want to race in America. Two, they can sell it to their teams as they're prepping for the donations. So if we can get some other guys in the mix, that might help out Joe. And how about Jalek Swoll coming back from that blown out Achilles, only riding for a couple weeks and already getting a second place finish? This dude's good. This was his year to really break out, win races, and become a title threat, except for the injury. But he's showing what would have been. And now as his cardio gets better and better and his confidence goes up, man, Jalek, I don't know what the ceiling is for him, but he's won a race before. He could absolutely pull out a day where he wins again and gives Triumph their first ever win. Another guy I'm watching close at Millville is Ryder DeFrancesco. Man, he looked so much better, getting those fast times at Redbud, and he's really good at Millville. Last year, he rode really well there and finished pretty high up. I look for Ryder D to keep this momentum going. He's got to do this a couple weeks in a row. That's the problem with riders. It's always one step forward, two steps back. He has got to put in at least as good of a ride as he did last week, and he needs to get inside that top 5 to really make himself a player. Now, I don't know what he's doing for next year. The Gas Husqvarna, which they're going to go to one of those two bikes, sounding more like Husqvarna now. They have signed their 250 guys. They got Dax Bennick and Casey Cochran for next year. That leaves Ryder D on the outside looking in. I'll tell you what, if I'm Star Yamaha or Pro Circuit, who owes him one, they kind of screwed him over when he turned pro. One of these teams should take a flyer, bring Ryder in, and see if he can have that opportunity. Now that he's matured a little bit more, I think he's a guy that can show that talent. That talent he has in amateur did not go away. It didn't go away. He just had his confidence shaken a bit. So hopefully somebody gives him an opportunity next year, because he deserves it, and I think they'll be rewarded with some good results. As for guys trying to get into the show, I'll tell you what, my buddy Carson Manquist, yeah, I call him my buddy because I follow these guys. They're such a nice family. He got into his first motos at Redbud. He's looking to do it again. He went up to Canada the day after, rode up inside the top 10, and then, he was just out of gas. You go to Gopher Dunes the day after Redbud, that is just too much. It was hot, nasty, but he's rested up this week, and man, I really hope he can make it 2 for 2 and get into the motos at Millville. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. This is a family-owned shipping company. They're just good people. Hit up pretransport.com. Deal with some really nice people that really care about you and your package, and they will get it there at a reasonable price. Hit up pretransport.com. So Cooper Webb has called it for the outdoors. Now, this is a strange one. We all knew, he's out there riding around, having just a fun summer. He had enough. Redbud was it. He tweaked his knee, which I have no doubt that he hurt his knee. I'm not saying he didn't hurt his knee or he's faking it. He's not faking it. He probably has a legit knee injury. It's probably something that's been lingering for a little while, and he's wanted to get cleaned up, but there's no break in the series. Usually they wait till the off season, but this is a great excuse for him to get it done now and be ready for the offseason. Supercross is what Cooper Webb loves. That's his passion. That's what he wants to win. And this will give him more time to prep for Supercross by getting this taken care of right now. And I did have to laugh a little bit. Jason Wygant on his show said that Cooper Webb ran out of gas. Does anyone believe that, with all the problems Star's having, that he ran out of gas on that last lap? I don't think so. I think that also weighed into Cooper Webb's decision. He's like, man, I'm going out here, I'm riding 30 plus 1 lap, and the bike's breaking? Come on. I would be willing to bet that was a big factor in him deciding, I've had enough, I'm going to get my knee fixed. Jett Lawrence has looked unbeatable the last few rounds. I mean, the way he crashed in that second moto and just went through the pack like they were lappers, like that's what it looked like, the way he went around those guys. But there is a guy in the field that can go with him. That's Chase Sexton. Jett brings a higher level when he knows Chase is out there, because he knows Chase is willing to do whatever it takes to go the same pace and push him all the way through the moto. Is this the weekend that somebody stops Jett Lawrence? I don't think so. He's just too good. And when you get those big sand rollers like that, and with his flowing style, I just think at any moment he can pass at will there. He can just manual through there. He's just too good. I think next weekend in Washougal, Chase has a lot better chance of beating Jett Lawrence. Jett doesn't really like that place. It's not been his best track, so I don't look for Jett's win streak to stop this weekend. I think next weekend is the one you circle on the calendar. Then they have that 2-week break. And what GP guys come over here? Do any of these guys come over and get used to Ironman after that? I don't know. So there's a couple things on the horizon that might be exciting in that 450 class, but I'll be honest with you, this weekend I think we're looking at a boring race. Now, Justin Cooper almost got a moto win, but I just don't know if he truly believes he's ready to win. Like, he's so fast. He puts in those lap times. He's just not quite on that level. And I look at him and I see a guy that is happy with second or third. He doesn't really believe it's win or nothing. And that's where Chase Sexton's different. Chase Sexton, if he's not winning, he's disappointed. Justin Cooper, he's okay with second or third and fighting hard. There are no moral victories for Chase Sexton, and that's why it's going to be fun to watch him this weekend. That first moto, he kind of mailed it in, but he woke up. His ego will not let himself be demolished by Jett. So if anyone makes it exciting, it will be Chase Sexton. And RJ Hampshire got his first moto podium on the 450. RJ looked really good. And one thing about RJ, you will never get a lack of effort out of this guy. And he's going to get on the podium overall at one of these last rounds. He just won't be denied. Unlike Justin Cooper, he's never happy with wherever he is. It could be 10th place, and he's still going to try and go like a madman to get 9th. If he's in second, he's going to try and get first. If he's third, he's going to try and get second. That's what you get out of RJ Hampshire. And I have to think that he'll wind up on the podium at one of these last rounds. Thank you, members. I appreciate everything. And I will say this. I can't do a prize pack every single weekend for anyone that gets a sign on TV, but I'll tell you what, if you get a sign on TV, I will bring you on for a segment. How about that? You get a few minutes to just share your thoughts on the show, talk about your experience at the race. If you can get a Cooksey Media sign, free Cooksey, anything that lets these guys understand we're out there, we know how they're ripping off our riders and our sport, I will give you some time on the show. Thanks, members. Appreciate everything. And you're all entered to win some Nano Xtreme in July. And in December, we're giving away the new Power Sports XQi3 motorcycle. I'm telling you, I have a Suron and I have an XQi3. The XQi is so much faster, it handles better, and it's just a better quality bike than the Suron. Check them out over at New Power Sports, and I will catch you guys later. Here's your member of the day.
Let's start this off by saying, we got them. The illegal sale of American motorcycle racing. I present a case that reveals how the American Motorcyclist Association's 2008 sale of its racing properties constituted an illegal transfer of public trust into private hands. My name's B. Mazy, and I'm here to stir shit up. So I made a song for you guys. You know, it's crazy that the riders still gotta pay to race, even though these guys are just filling their pockets because they're money-hungry, greedy, stupid mother ex-circus owners, but still got the same mindset for the Supercross. Screw Feld, screw the AMA, and screw Rob Dingman.